distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I feel indeed highly privileged and honored to have been invited to this extremely auspicious occasion when the Uttarakhand Association of North America has organized its annual convention. I have been made an honorary citizen of Uttarakhand by being conferred this cap. But I must tell you that I was a part of you for decades, because I have spent wonderful years in a beautiful town called Pauri Garhwal. When Mr. Tamta was speaking, he referred to Mussoorie and Nainital and Tehri and other places. But I think he forgot to mention Pauri, which was the pride of the Himalayas. I remember those fond days, picnics at Khirsu and Adwani, trips to Devprayag and Rudraprayag and Nandraprayag, treks to Nanda Devi, that beautiful mountain, treks to Kedarnath and Badrinath. Uttarakhand has it all. Rightly have you called it the jewel of the Himalayas. But there is something very pristine about your state. When Pandit Nehru wanted to set up an academy where civil servants would be trained, against the view of the majority of his cabinet, which wanted that place to be in Delhi, he said, no, it has to be in Mussoorie. So that's where the training academy for the entire bureaucracy in India has been located. At the same time, when he wanted to set up an academy for training senior military personnel, he set it up at Dehradun. There is something very fundamentally aesthetic about Uttarakhand, about the hill districts, Garhwal and Kumaon, which have always made it extremely attractive and a force of contribution towards the whole of the Indian polity. I come from a city called Allahabad, but I must tell you that people from Garhwal and Kumaon were not only present there in large numbers, but played an extremely important role in the life of the city and the state. Who can forget the name of Sumitra Nandan Pant, the great Indian writer and poet? The head of the Department of Political Science where I studied was Dr. Ambadat Pant, a legendary political thinker. At that time, Dr. Murli Manohar Joshi was teaching physics in the university. The High Court of Allahabad, always a great institution, had a number of judges from Garhwal and Kumaon. I recall with great fondness the happy days I spent with Justice Unyal. So the state of Uttarakhand was always present within us in Allahabad, because people from Uttarakhand were always playing a pivotal role in our lives. And that's why I feel delighted to be with you today evening when you are celebrating your annual convention. The President, while welcoming, said that he wanted this association to be a bridge with other communities. And I think that this role has been played very ably by our association, because I recognize here the presence not only of people from Uttarakhand, but indeed people from various other communities. I particularly note with great happiness the presence of friends from American society, because like America, India is multiracial. And who appreciates multiracialism more than Americans and Indians? So I'm particularly honored to see so many distinguished friends of American society. At the same time, this function is truly blessed to have elected representatives of the two countries. I note with great happiness the presence here of His Excellency Member of Parliament, Mr. Tamta, as also members of the State Assembly of Uttarakhand, Mr. Mehra and Mr. Rawat. At the same time, I acknowledge and salute the presence of American assembly makers, Assemblymen. I recognize Assemblyman Thompson and Deputy Speaker of the State of New Jersey and Assemblyman Upendra Shivkola, as also Councilman Sudhanshu Prasad. America and India really cherish their democratic traditions, and it is a matter of great happiness for all of us that elected representatives of the two countries are present here to celebrate this very auspicious occasion. To their presence, I lend my own, representing the Government of India, and I would like to wish all of you continued success in your endeavors. Thank you very much.